who are not knowing the phrase, MMRDA stands for Mumbai Metropolitan Regional Development Authority. It's the apex regional development authority working on Mumbai Metropolitan region. Definitely not a civic body, but for some special areas for which we are declared as special planning authorities, we take a role of preparing the master plan and providing some services. One of those areas is Bandrakola complex. Since yesterday, we're talking about whether citizen is the center focus of bringing the smart cities. Dr. Modak Saab is not here now. But yes, citizen is at the focus. We talked about why smart city. He also raised and took a position about whether it's right app now to take a smart cities. But we have the representation of ICT companies here, and they spoke about volumes of the interventions of ICT, bringing out efficiencies and how we could improve the citizen services and in quick time and deliver it. What basically, if I look from a government as a citizen, what a citizen needs is, citizen needs is minimum government intervention in what is doing, and maximum governance is what governance wants to do. The spread should be more. It should be 24/7. Nobody likes to visit government office, which are basically non-air conditioned, long queuing, not good-looking people sometimes, and then not very conducive, and not they don't understand much the things what you're telling about, or they make you feel that you know everything and I don't anything most of the times. So the exercise what to have a medium in between you. So if you have a website, if you have a portal which speaks about, and then you are in a cozy environment watching TV, IPL match, and opening it on a mobile governance tool, or you have an application which opens on your iPad and laptop in a cozy place, and then still talk with government or put the thing. So that's much easy. So let's talk about the citizens being more savvy nowadays. Somebody talked about statistics of there are more number of mobiles than the citizens. That's correct. We have a ratio about 1.4, 1.5. We thought that yes, MMRD with whatever services are doing to improve quality of life, we should have accessibility. The quality of civil services should be high. We talked about intervention about all the SCADA systems, water supply, dashboards, screenshots, video walls, all that's in place. But still, it's a human angle, human face, which you'd like to see here. We could have this conversations, everybody sitting in each rooms and having a video conference here, but it would not have been as lively if I had not seen this ambience crowd waiting for me. It's a different feeling to have a human interaction. We talked about ease of doing business. Yes, we identified ease of doing business. Let me tell you that after the smart cities, Government of India's policies were declared, at state government, we have three different committees. One looks after how we do smart cities in master plans. So how our physical plans, GIS related, how we can have implementation of that. We have other committee which is again looking after ease of doing businesses and building the processes. And we have the third committee which is looking after the ICT interventions in all the actions of 1 and 2. So all these three committees reports are now into making. As you say, it takes some process because we can't be just vendor centric. We have to identify, analyze the different technologies, take a call, and the policy has to be implemented in tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 cities and Maharashtra. So it takes a little time, but the committees are in formulation. We are actively meeting this, and the policy document will be just coming up. Capacity building is an issue with many municipal corporations and councils. So we want to design a manual and a handbook which comes handy for decision making, as we saw in the one sector of solid waste management, which Pijal talked about. There are different technologies tried at different solid waste management levels in different places, and then we thought that one succeeds in other doesn't succeed in the same context. So then we had to devolve it. Pan India research was there, and when we came out with a handbook and a manual. So we want to do something of that sort. Yes, we want to deliver in quick time. There are key performance indicators which are involved. So everybody wants to be having accountability. The government official should be the highest accountable person. So we have a dashboard, a monitoring and an escalation mechanism where the junior person is knowing, as well as the tracking is been done by the senior person. The commissioner knows, and it's real time on the portal. So you know where your file is. And I'm talking about something which is real time done today. We want 24/7 citizen support. We don't want most of the governments are holidays. People come late. Saturday, Sundays are holidays. And then you want 24/7. You want to pay proper tax. Why should you go and stand in the queue on a Monday morning disturbing yourself? You want to do it when you have money in your bank and when you want to do it cashless. So we want to give 24/7 system. That again is an advantage of providing ICT. The only thing which we feel, and Mr. Ramodari in his keynote address challenge, was a centralized city portal. Today we have to visit for different organizations, different portals. So can we make it one citizen, one portal? So that's a challenge. I request all my techno-savvy people here on the panel to just help government in looking that. if one identification, if you have one identification citizen, can he go by that identification number, enter into different sites instead of going into different passwords and sites? So that's a challenge which we're looking about. Mobile-based service delivery, yes, we are making most of the applications which can be used both on Samsung as well as on your iPhones, on your iPads, on your all different operating systems are mobile-based. There's a Government of India M-governance policy which we have to all abide by. So you open today any website which has been recently developed and is M-governance friendly, you can see the same contents in the same format which you are seeing in on the other machines, as you can see on the mobile different applications. And you're also allowed to do the financial gateways, so the different banks coming into picture and leveraging different solutions. Now this has been a very easy thing. Again, another thing is citizen empowerment. Social media, yes, plus and minus of that, we are on doing. Online grievance system, online grievance tracking system, redressal mechanisms are in place. All the information which has been asked by RTA, what earlier used to happen is one application of right to information comes, and only he used to get reply. So either now anyway that information is on domain, club all those things and keep it in the public domain on a website portal. So the number of RTIs have come down, so that's what achievement we did. A recruitment process is a huge challenge, and then it becomes personified to some extent. Late comings, late goings, then the person was not there exactly at the 5 o'clock, the postman delivered it late. All those stories should eradicate. So we have an online recruitment system which is coming up. So government keeps on changing, evolving, processes are coming up. We are using ICT technology. Single window service mechanism, again, a lot of things are talked about this. Much progress is made on the delivery curve in this extent also. The procurements have become online. We have this e-tendering solution which has been coming at different level. Even I think at rupees 3 lakhs rupees, any procurement about 3 lakh rupees is now done mostly through an online procurement e-tendering solution. We all want a minimum human intervention because it's sometimes personified. Sometimes you find it's not very cozy to interact with somebody. Sometimes it is not possible to have an interaction at all. So it's better to have everything on the portal. So that's what we found about. Sustainable cities, Dr. Modak was here. He thought that maybe he had his own views. Smart city is something which is not sustainable. It's not the government perceives that. We want sustainable, all the smart cities will be sustainable, will be addressing the physical infrastructure issues, the social infrastructure issues, the institutional framework and capacity building, and it has to be economic infrastructure also. So when we are talking about GDP growth, we are also talking about resource depletion. Are we doing it in the green way? And all this, for want of time, I'll not go into each of the elements which you talked about, but there's an ICT intervention in the elements in power. We have smart power grids, we have mass transport. When we are talking about one single card for use for taxis, auto rickshaws, buses, all trains or metros or monorails, we have one smart system. So we're talking about all that. There are various issues coming up about integration because this Government of India, Government of Maharashtra, public-private participations, all these issues together. Who gets the credit of which amount of traveling at wet places? So there's issues on that, but we're coming up with this. Water supply and sewerage, I think we have made much advance in that because there are mature technologies available in this. I'll not go into details, but I want to just assure you that all these 4 pillars are being addressed, and there is an ICT intervention looked about that. Fortunately, national, state, and regional policies are now converging. We talked about converging policies, and you are all looking about achieving economic objectives with due regards to environmental objectives and being socially inclusive. So all these 3 together, when we're talking about increase in GDP, we're talking about less environmental risk. We're talking about promoting clean and green technologies. We are talking that energy consumption should go low. We are talking about less carbon footprint. When we are talking of promoting mass transport and affordable housing, we are talking about less cars and less roads for cars. And when we're talking about increasing the service delivery, increasing transparency, being more competitive and increasing, promoting ease of doing business, we are seeing the citizen grievances go low. So all this together put into the basket of the city development, we're trying to achieve that. Let me do what MMRD is doing. For any organization which you look now in India or in Maharashtra, for that matter, with last 3 to 4 years of a lot of technology coming in, we had to do some introspection within ourselves. We had to do some core infrastructure building. We had to do all the computers, all the people who had been to be connected to a LAN. We needed a good internet connectivity ourselves. We needed to upgrade the hardware within the organization. So this is the phase which we are already, most of the organizations have gone through. Then we move to slowly a basic IT solutions where we have an web portal which is interactive with the people. We have an implementation of e-tender solution. We talk about file tracking system and e-office implementation. We want all the documentations to be scanned and put it into an digital format so that easy accessibility takes place for the internal people. We have given access through digital signatures only for the information and data is required. We have facilitated the SMS gateways and payment gateways ourselves. So these are some of the things which are already done within MMRD, and most of the organizations, Pan India, Pan Maharashtra, have gone ahead. There are some key solutions which we are now going in is for ERP, for internal processes. Then online building planning proposal system was talked about. He had some own opinions on that, but let me tell you, this is the solution which is very complex to be developed. Why it takes 60 days and why doesn't the building plan get in one day's approval is not only blamed to the government, it's blamed to both the issues. But forget the blames, we have to move ahead. When the DCR, which is whatever is stagnant DCR on the day which is applicable, is available. There are different DCRs for a different plot which are applicable in some areas if you want to go for different schemes. So all that is now available in a solution, and an user 24/7 can use it, check it yourself. There's a checklist which comes about. The payments can be made online, and he can know whether the plan is requiring any specific condonations, or he can just go ahead with that. So that's the system which is there. The Rolta people are here, and they are aware of the advancement of GIS based maps. We want all the maps on the portals. MMRD is trying to do with all the physical maps of various areas. Even my regional plan will be available. So anybody who wants to know that I am the owner of this plot and want to know what can be developed, what cannot be developed on this, he doesn't have to come to my office. He doesn't have to pay anything. He doesn't have to meet anybody, good say. And then he can just see on his plot, this is the survey number, and develop. If he has any intentions of going ahead and development, he can just go to online building planning system and put a plan for submission. So that's what is reality. I'm not talking something very far. The tenders are out. So in next 3 to 4 months, you will find MMRD on doing this. One more thing which is called a little ahead of the curvature when we're all talking about at the app time is a smart Bandra Kurla complex. And I'll be dealing next 2 to 3 slides, 153, so 2 o'clock, so 7 minutes more, sir. And so just in between. We'll be talking about smart Bandra Kurla complex. I will also talk about electric buses because we talked about energy. Professors of IIT talked about being energy conversant and energy efficient. Also, we want to talk about street furniture, clean and green, and digital MMR. When I meet by digital MMR, the theme of Government of India is to make digital India. When we talk about digital state, we talk about digital MMR. We want all the services which are there onto the digital field for citizens and the accessibility to citizens. This is not something which is very internal to me, but this is going to be on the portal, accessible to all the citizens 24/7, some with payment, some without payment, but definitely no human intervention. This is an e-governance architecture which you're all looking about. Some things are internal, that is governance structure is internal. We have an all project team. Then we have the support solutions. There are different softwares and applications we sit upon that. Then there are advanced applications of ERP, GIS, and smart city over this. But all this together, when internally what a citizen gets is enhanced interface, a good web portal, a social networking forum to interact, and a citizen facilitation centers which are there in the office. And we are not talking only about, we are talking about inclusive, those who don't have a mobile phone. Those who want to still communicate with government can come to our office. There's a citizen facilitation center. We also want to have citizen facilitation centers in the different localities where you can go and tell a person who is sitting there that he wants to have this kind of service, and he will be available to that. So I just can't expect my fathers and my grandfathers who were not as savvy as doing SMS or for their children. They want to do something, they'll tell Shankar, please, I want to do this, and he's available, I am available for that. So that kind of services being in government are also available. So those people who don't want to increase their skill sets and be good on WhatsApp or on Facebook, please, you are still available on citizen facilitation centers, and still government will be there at your service. When we're talking about smart, digital, clean and green BKC, one example, when we're talking about smartness, we're definitely not restricting to ICT, which is per se considered, and then there are different views taken. When we're talking about smartness, we're talking about sustainability, we're talking about plus ICT, non-ICT, and urban design all. Some of the issues have been already covered. When we are talking about ICT, we are talking about having a backbone of municipal Wi-Fi in Bandra Kurla complex. Smart parking, whatever you talked about, you enter Bandra Kurla complex and you will get an application on your mobile that this is the car number which is coming in. This is the parking plot which is available. You have a peak parking demand, so if you have this much money with you, you can go to this which is nearest to you. If you don't money, there's free parking somewhere else. So we are much advanced in that. So we have the smart parking solutions coming to you. we have this interdepartmental video analytics and citizen apps which is coming up. And when we're talking about video analytics, we have a camera which is picking you up because whenever you come out, I get fear that there's a time coming up. So I have 4 more minutes in the watch. I'm going very fast. But when talking about video analytics and citizen application in Bandra Kurla complex, we have different cameras. We have a video wall, and then the analytics is some part which we talked about. The dead touch camera. If you just go and park a car in Bandra Kurla complex and leave away, my police will come automatically and ask you why did you pay the park and did not pay and park the car here. And this is the consulate here. Maybe US consulate in this building, you don't know. The UK consulate in this building, you don't know. You're not allowed to park here. So this is what is going to happen you. Analytics is going to take place. Good citizen is that if an old person morning goes to a jog and he feels thirsty, sits on the bench and doesn't move, there's an alarm going to be sent to the police and the ambulance straight away going to that person that he is not moving 5-10 minutes. So please see what's happening wrong with him. So we have all these kind of things happening in Bandra Kurla complex. I don't know why people laugh, but we are taking care of citizens. We are taking care of citizens because the gentleman sat there for 15-20 minutes and is just not moving, and the camera recognizes with the face recognition cameras nowadays. They send a signal to an SMS to nearest hospital. The ambulance is on the alert, and the ambulance knows that there's some place which is taking, and he is on the GPS. So the person sitting in the GPS knows that this ambulance is moving to the right place at the right hour, and there's an escalation index. So commissioner knows today that there are 5 SMSs and 5 different people taking place. So ICT is all about making citizens, giving all the services to them. Maybe some are wanted, some are not. We are talking about Bandra East and not Bandra West, so this service is going to be very hit in Bandra East. When we are talking about non-ICT, we are talking about electric buses. We just got Government of India funding from DHI, Department of Heavy Industries, where electric buses are going to be promoted.